So last night, I was in the Shiur. We finished the Shiur maybe at 12 o'clock, but I only left at 2. We finished the Shiur at 12, but we left the Breslov Center at 2. Why? There's a couple of young, cute kids, yeshiva boys. They stayed after, and both of them had some questions for me. I wish it was on tape. It was better than the Shiur. They asked some good questions, and I wanted to show. I answered some questions they had, and one of the kids says, "Can you show it to me?" It's I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. I just spoke for 3 hours. The kid's 15, 16 years old, and he asked me a question about where does it say that we have the Oral Torah in the Torah, in the written Torah. It's multiple places, no less than a half a dozen places it says it. I told him it says it here. It says, he goes, "Can you show it to me? Can you show it to me?" And I really wanted to go home. It's 1 o'clock. I just spoke for 3 hours. I answered you guys for another hour. A few other people had some questions. I answered them. I'm tired. It's not such an easy day after all. I mean, I only sleep for a couple hours. I'm not Superman. I didn't get crown of Torah yet. I'm not, I don't Kodesh Kodesh. So I'm tired. And I really wanted to go. I'm thinking to myself, come on, I'll show it to you next. I'm thinking to myself, I haven't answered the kid yet. This all happens, this entire thing happened in 5 seconds. I'm thinking to myself, I'm so tired right now. I want to go home. I know that a couple of the guys still want to talk to me for another few minutes. I really just want to go home. Put the video online, send it to my guys. They work on a thing. Again, maybe learn a little Torah before I go to sleep if I have some energy. And get some sleep, for heaven's sake. I mean, I'm still human. Tired. And I want to go. I'm thinking, I'm battling myself. I want to go. And then I look at the kid. And he's like 15, 16 years old. And I see in his eyes, he really wants to know the answer. Even though he goes to yeshiva, apparently he didn't learn this. They don't necessarily teach proofs in yeshivot. They teach laws, they teach things you need to do, but they don't necessarily teach Torah proofs to show you that the Torah is a valid divine document. They don't show you that in yeshiva. That's something else. You want to learn it, you learn it on your own. And I really saw that he had some doubts, even though he's in yeshiva, religious his whole life. He had some doubts. He really wanted answers. And his friend also, they wanted some answers. I'm so tired. I'm thinking to myself, all of a sudden, I'm only thinking about how tired I am. I never really think about getting tired, but now the kid's asking me a question, and all I can think about is all of a sudden I'm the most tired person on planet Earth. I'm thinking about my bed. I don't even like to sleep that much. Once I'm sleeping, I want to sleep forever. But before I go to sleep, I don't ever want to go to sleep. I want to go till forever. But now all of a sudden I'm just thinking about my bed, my pillow. Wow, it's fluffy. And I'm going to sleep. I'm thinking I'm going to see my little kids before I go home. Wow. I'm thinking about this 5 seconds. Yetzer showed me a visual. Yetzer showed Am Yisrael the funeral of Moshe Rabbeinu in Har Sinai. He pretended like Moshe Rabbeinu died. To me, he showed me my bed. Lehavdil. He showed me my bed. You're going to go to sleep. Comfy. Who cares about comfy? I don't care about comfy. I sleep a couple hours. Why sleep? All of a sudden, I'm thinking about my bed. I'm so tired. I see this kid. So I say to myself, you know what? If I was him, if I was this 15-year-old kid, I really would want to know. And maybe this is the difference. Maybe this is the thing that's going to make this kid go right or left. Chas v'shalom. Maybe this is the thing. It's either going to go right, it's going to say, oh, you know what? From now, I know for sure Torah is divine. Even though he's been to a bunch of my classes, maybe this is a question he's always had. Who knows? I know the Torah is divine. Tomorrow he goes to school refreshed. He's got a new spirit in him. He's got a new revived neshama. He wants to be Moshe Rabbeinu. He wants to be Rav Kanievsky. He wants to be... Why? Because now he knows it's true. Or, I say I'm too tired. I'll show it to you next time. The kid, in his mind, says, he doesn't know. He doesn't know this rabbi. I asked this rabbi, I asked that rabbi, I asked that rabbi. All of them told me next time. So he's another guy that told me next time. Which really in the kid's mind, the Yetzer tells him, no one knows. No one knows the truth. The truth probably is it doesn't say it. It doesn't say it. It's not real. Next thing you know, Bar Minan, the kid lives yeshiva. He doesn't want to be there anymore. That's what you... So I said to myself, hold on one second. I already packed everything. And the bag was closed. Everything was packed. In the car, everything. Take the stuff out. Give me the books. Come. You. Come sit down. We sit down for another hour and a half. Hour and a half, I'm sitting with these two kids here. Parasha this. What other question you have? We sit for another hour and a half. We're sitting there. I'm showing them proof. Whatever you want. You have enough until they have no more questions. They have no more questions. Okay, Laila Tov. Now I'm going to go to sleep fine. Why? I know you went home fine. You have your answers. Baruch HaShem. I did my job. Why? Worried about a good name. Worried about a good name. Chas v'shalom, the guy gets to Shemayim, says, how come you didn't keep mitzvot? I went to Shiur Torah. He didn't show me the answers. He was tired. He wanted to go to sleep. Shem Rachem. They're going to show me, bring you up to Shemayim. Says, oh, how was your bed? How was your bed? Did you have a nice sleep? This guy left yeshiva because of you. Imagine. So now, so going back to this mitzvah, the mitzvah of Shloch HaKen, you can't minimize it. There's a mitzvah, you have to shoo the bird away. You don't necessarily have to understand why Hashem said it. Now, some people try to minimize it. Meaning, they say, no, Hashem is trying to really, He made this entire mitzvah because He wants to teach us mercy. He wants to teach us mercy. He wants to teach us that after you shoo the bird away and you take away its babies, its eggs, you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel bad about it. So Hashem wants to teach you mercy. So the Gemara says, someone says such a thing, we quiet him too. Why? He's minimizing the significance of the mitzvot. He thinks that Hashem needs to give us a reason for why He gave us the mitzvot. He's comparing Hashem to a king of flesh and blood. Hashem doesn't have to give you a reason of why He gave you the mitzvot. So then the Ramban says in commentary, he says, Hashem gave us this mitzvah not because of His compassion for these creatures, to instill the trait of mercy in us, but that's not the only thing we teach. What do we teach? You can't just finish there. What do we teach? We teach that the reason why Hashem placed all of these mitzvot on us is because of His own will, simply because He wanted to. It's His own logic, it's His own divine logic. And the fact that you don't understand it is irrelevant. You still have to do it. By you doing the mitzvah without understanding it, shows you have Yirat Shamayim. Why? Because it shows that you're submitting to Him even though it doesn't make sense to you. That's Yirat Shamayim. That's Yirat Shamayim. If everything has to make sense to you and that's the only way you're going to do it, you're far, far away from Yirat Shamayim. You're far, far away from having fear of the Almighty. Why? Because if you really had fear of the Almighty, you wouldn't even ask why. You wouldn't ask why is Shabbat, kosher, why this, why that. Maybe you ask why Donald Trump passed certain laws. Maybe you ask why they even voted for Obama. Maybe you ask why George Bush even got out of college. That's flesh and blood. You don't ask why to the King of Kings. If you really believe in the King of Kings, you don't ask why. So if you're asking why, that means you have no Yirat Shamayim. If you're doing without understanding, shows you have Yirat Shamayim. Doesn't mean you don't have to understand. If you can understand, understand. But you still have to do regardless. You still have to do regardless. We are meant to be a light unto the nations, not to follow their misguided practices. Remember, every Jew has to remember that he's a Jew and she's a Jew. We don't celebrate non-Jewish holidays, even if they seem harmless. It's a zilzul, disrespect to the Torah, and could lead to Chilul Hashem, desecration of God's name. Stick to our holy Torah and our own holidays. That's the path of a true Jew.